Alright guys, welcome to the video. I'm Alex. I'm going to show you a quick tip today using Helium10's black box. Now this tip is for finding products. It's great if you're new, it's great if you don't have a huge budget. One of the mistakes that we see people making is that they don't have a big budget and they're new to Amazon and they try to enter super competitive niches. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you a little tip for finding things that are in really low competition niches. And that can give you a big chance at success with your first product. It's also useful if you're kind of already in FBA, but you might not have seen this tip before, so let's get into it. So what you're looking at here is a tool called Helium10, and this is a part of the tool called Black Box, and this is where you can do product research. You can put in a lot of different filters, and it helps you find products. So what I'm looking at today is I'm looking at the Amazon.com market. It's the biggest market, so that's the market that we primarily look to sell in. And what I've done is I've selected on here, I've selected two different categories. So the first one is baby, and the second one is patio, lawn and garden. You can search in whatever category you want, depending on kind of what you want to sell. And some of the filters that I pointed here, so I put minimum $6,000 monthly revenue. That's kind of the bottom line of where we'd be looking. You can look for things that are lower than that. It kind of depends on what your budget is. And then we've actually put a maximum here of $14,000. So the reason I'm not putting the maximum at $100,000 or $60,000 is because I'm making this video for people that are new to Amazon. You probably don't have a huge budget. You don't really want to be going into markets where there's people doing $50,000, $60,000, $70,000. You're going to find it hard to compete. The point of this video is to help you find smaller markets, smaller niches where the competition is lower, where you can launch a product for less money. You don't need to spend as much on PPC, and you've got a little bit better chance of success. So I'm going to put the price range from $20 to $38.99. No reason for $38.99, just a random number. I don't really want to go below 20. If you do that, it starts getting difficult with PPC, with the Amazon fees that you're getting charged. It's just really difficult to make it work. I want to put a maximum review rating in here of 4.3. I want to see products, that where there are some negative reviews, that gives you ideas of how you can improve the product, and it gives you an idea of, what people are complaining about. I want to put in a maximum variation count. The reason for this is that I don't want to see products like, clothes and things that have 7 different variations, because as a beginner, you're not going to be able to launch that many variations. It's very, very difficult. You're better off sticking to one variation to begin with. So I recommend don't really look for anything that's got more than 2 variations. Number of images. So this is a big one, and this is the big tip in this video. If you take away one thing, just remember this. You can find listings that only have 4 or less images that are doing $10,000 in revenue. And what that means is the listing is probably not that great. Amazon gives you a maximum of 7 images. So you can put 6 in a video, or if you have brand registry, or you can just put 7 images, but you should be using every one of those available image slots. If you're not, you're kind of wasting an opportunity to get as many photos of your product in there as you can. And photos are the single most important thing about a product listing. That's how people buy. It's what makes them pick your product over others a lot of the time. So what we're going to do here is we're going to find listings that have less than 4 images, 4 or less images. And hopefully we're going to find some really low quality listings where if you can see they're doing good revenue, you might be able to launch the same product but with a much better listing, and you actually might be able to do quite well. So yeah, we've got variation count, we've got number of images, we're going to put in the revenue, and then we're going to put in the review rating at 4.3, and then we're going to hit search. So you can do this, you can play around with the filters, you can go drastic and you can say maximum number of images 2. You might have to expand the categories then so you get a decent amount of results. You can play around with the revenue, just play around with it and see kind of what pops up. So I'm going to go through here. I've seen a couple of these before. I'm not really interested in anything electrical at the minute. Not that you can't do that, but as a beginner I would recommend you stay away. Anything sort of prohibited like this, this is grass weed killer, you're going to probably have to have some, some sort of license for that. Let's have a look at this. Okay, so this is a black bulb. It's a watt replacement bulb. Let's see. So This is kind of an example. I mean, I'm not sure if this is already a big established brand or something, but this is an example of what I'm talking about. Let's have a look at how much revenue this particular product is doing. Okay, so this product is doing 400 units a month, nearly 9K in revenue. And if you actually have a look at the listing, it's pretty bad, right? I don't really know much about light bulbs and about sourcing them and what you need in order to sell these light bulbs. I don't know whether this is a big established brand, which sometimes, you know, kind of helps. It looks like it kind of is. Maybe not. It could be. Yeah, it's got a nice listing, but this is kind of like what I'm looking for. I'm not saying specifically this product, but what you can see is this listing isn't great. Let's see if they've got brand. Okay, again, they've got brand registry. They've got some EBC here, but they've got one logo at the top and then this, like, you know. And maybe it's a super simple product. Maybe people don't really need to see much more than this. But the point I'm trying to get across today is that you can find these listings that are very sort of low quality. Let's have a look at this. Snow Joe Sharper Blade. I've got no idea what that is. Okay, so this is a bit of a red flag already. It's patented. I can see there. So okay, so it's a blade for the bottom of. Let's move on. You don't want to go into anything that's patented. You can, you know, if you launch something and you find out later on that it's patented, you can be screwed and you waste a lot of money. So be careful with that. Songbird Essential Seed Hop. So it's a seed catcher platform. Okay. This is a bit different, isn't it? So, I mean, this is an example. Let's have a look. Let's see how much money we're doing. I mean, it should be doing minimum 6,000. Okay, so it's doing minimum 6,000. It's doing about 300 sales a month. So let's go down and let's take a look at the BSR graph. So this is, you know, this is something where you can take a look and you can see historically how the sales have been. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit inconsistent, but again, guys, this is my point, right? Look at this listing. It's got 2 photos. It's doing $6,000 a month. It's not doing crazy money. I have no idea about this product. You would have to look it up on Alibaba. But this is my point here is these guys, they have no EBC, so there's no extended brand content here. Look, you can see the product description is one line. You know, this is a listing that's, they're actually probably making some nice money on this if they've got, you know, if they've got a good margin. The quality of the listing is terrible. So what this means is if you find something similar to this and you come in and you make, you know, if you can improve the product a little bit, but even by just creating a much better listing, you can have a chance at actually stealing some of these sales. So I'm not going to go any further today because I said this would be a short video, but the point of what I'm trying to get across is you should be trying to look for opportunities where the sellers such as these guys, where they're doing okay, but the quality of the listings is really, really bad, because it's one of the biggest things that you can have as an advantage on Amazon is finding niches where the quality of the listings is really low, and stop looking at niches where, you know, you're looking at super competitive, where everyone has a 10 out of 10 listing, where you're going to find it hard to compete. Thanks for joining me today, guys. I'll see you in the next video.